我可不可以再看这个茶单？
茶单吗？
是的，因为我觉得看起来太漂亮了。谢谢。So this is the menu of the teas that they have here. I think that's very cool and very creative. And this is our tea master. So he's gonna make good tea for us. Oh yeah, the lamp is nice. By the way, take a look at this tea. So in Yunnan you can find teas that are like shaped like this. Usually this is pu'er tea because it's compressed, but most of the time people don't drink this kind of tea. This is a tribute tea. Before it was used for emperors and very like high status people, but now many people, they don't drink this kind of tea because you see it doesn't have any cover, so it will collect dust with time. But if you want, you can still drink it, but many people think that it's more like an accessory, more like a souvenir. Yeah. So right now we're sitting in a tea shop here in Weishan ancient city. We decided to find an interesting place to sit and kind of have a rest, but where it's not very crowded, and this tea shop is perfect for it. So yeah, and why not to use this chance to talk about tea in Weishan area and why actually Weishan city played quite a big role in the history of pu'er tea. So basically, if you take a look at the map, you will see that there is a triangle in the south of Yunnan province, and this triangle includes Sichuan-Bana, Pu'er region, and one more region. And so basically this triangle is famous because most of the pu'er tea is produced there, and most of the pu'er tea, after it's being produced, it would be put on horses, and these horses will go along the so-called Tea Horse Ancient Road. And you see, following the Tea Horse Ancient Road, the tea will go to India, will go to other parts of China, and will go to other countries. But you see, before going to other countries, all the tea needs to be supplied to one big hub. And from this big hub, the roads split. And the big hub in this area was Dali city. So basically, from the Pu'er region and Sichuan-Bana region, all the tea would go along one road to Dali city. And on the way between Pu'er region and Dali city is Weishan. So basically, Weishan is located in the beginning of the ancient tea horse road, and all the pu'er tea supplies went through Weishan city. So yeah, basically this place has a very big historical meaning for the tea trading, yeah, and especially pu'er tea trade. And so local people, they like to drink pu'er tea in a very interesting way. So basically they take the tea leaves and then they set up the fire and wait for the fire to die out. So they have this like hot coal in the fireplace, and then they would put the clay kettle in the hot coal and make it kind of warm up, and after that they put the tea leaves inside of the pot, so, and they start to fry it. We actually experienced it here in this ancient town, and that's quite an interesting process. And after some frying, the tea leaves, the aroma of these tea leaves becomes a lot stronger, and you can smell the aroma in its full richness that usually you may not catch if you just drink tea. And also, in my opinion, well, some local people say that frying doesn't affect the taste of the tea, but in my opinion, it somehow gives the tea this kind of fiery flavor, let's say so. I don't know how to describe it in a proper way. But one big question is why pu'er tea is so popular and why so many people are talking about this, especially recently, is basically because pu'er tea is quite different from other types of tea like green tea, black tea, yellow tea, and so on. And the biggest difference is that those types of tea, they usually differ by the level of oxidization. Yeah, and pu'er tea is different because it is fermented tea. So basically, they add special like bacteria or fungus in some cases to make the tea leaves more fermented. And it brings us to the point that some teas, like green tea, they expire after a couple of years, like 2, 3, 4 years. And you basically can still drink them, but they don't have this like nice taste and the good medical functions that they have. So yeah, they expire. But the pu'er tea, you can store it for 5, 10, 20, 30, maybe even 40 years, I don't know. And it just becomes better and better and better because of the fermentation in tea leaves. So yeah, that's why it is so valuable, because you can get the tea cake that is like very young, and then with years the price for this tea cake is going to increase, and the good functions, like medicinal functions, are also going to increase. The benefits that it gives your digesting system and so on. As you know, a lot of fermented food, it's like very beneficial for your digestion and your stomach, and the pu'er tea as well. And also, I think one more interesting thing about pu'er tea is that even though there is like a procedure, like certain processing steps that the factories should go through to make pu'er tea, many places kind of adjust this processing in their own way. So if you try pu'er tea from different mountains, from different factories, it's gonna taste a little bit different in every case, because of course, if you collect tea leaves from different mountains, the internal, how to say, like nutritional compounds, can I say so, are going to be affected by different factors like the soil, the weather, the environment, and so on. And all these factors are quite different on different tea mountains. So it gives tea leaves different qualities, and in the end it also gives different flavor to the pu'er tea. Maybe if you're a beginner you may not recognize these like slight differences, but for people who are really into pu'er tea, they can try different teas and even say which mountain it came from. So yeah, that's quite cool, and I think it kind of resembles tasting good wine. So many people, they can say where the wine originated from just by tasting it, and the same with pu'er tea. Alright guys, so that's all for this video. I would appreciate your like and subscription to the channel if you want to know more about life in China and travels in China. And also let me know what other place would you like to see and would you like me to go and explore. So thank you guys, and see you in another video. Bye bye.